Today, we are going to look at some nouns that are very commonly used in everyday English. The first word is arrangement. An arrangement is when you organize things or plan something carefully so that everything is in the right place. Think about flowers in a vase. Someone put each flower in a specific spot on purpose. That is an arrangement. Or think about a meeting. You and your friend decided the time, the place, and what to talk about. You made an arrangement. People use this word a lot when they talk about plans or organize things. For example, someone might say, "We need to make arrangements for the party." Or a person calls a hotel and says, "I have a special arrangement with the manager." It simply means something was planned or set up carefully. The next word is arrival. Arrival means the moment when someone or something gets to a place. When a plane lands at the airport, that is its arrival. When a guest walks through your front door, that is their arrival. It is a very simple but important word. People say things like, "We are waiting for her arrival." Or at an airport, you might see a sign that says arrivals. That is where people come out after their flight. You can also use it more broadly. Someone might say, "The arrival of spring makes everyone feel better." It just means something has come or shown up. Now let us talk about article. Most people think of an article as a piece of writing. You find articles in newspapers, magazines, and on websites. If a reporter writes a story about a new law, that is an article. People say, "Did you read the article about the new park downtown?" Or, "She published an article in a famous magazine." But article can also mean a specific thing or object in more formal English. A store might list an article of clothing, meaning one piece of clothing. And of course, in grammar, words like a, an, and the are called articles. But in daily conversation, most of the time, people mean a piece of writing. The fourth word is artifact. An artifact is an object that was made by people a long time ago. It tells us something about history and how people lived in the past. Museums are full of artifacts. An old clay pot from ancient times, a tool used by early humans, a coin from hundreds of years ago. These are all artifacts. People say things like, "The museum has a new artifact from ancient Egypt." Or a teacher might say, "This artifact shows us how people cooked their food long ago." It is a word you hear a lot when people talk about history, museums, and archaeology. Next is aspect. An aspect is one part or one side of something bigger. When you look at a situation, there are usually many different parts to think about. Each of those parts is an aspect. For example, if someone is choosing a new job, they might think about the salary, the location, the people, and the work itself. Each one of those is an aspect of the decision. People say, "The most important aspect of good health is sleep." Or, "She liked every aspect of her new apartment." It is a great word to use when you want to talk about one specific part of something. Now, aspiration. Aspiration means a strong hope or dream about something you want to achieve in the future. It is more than just a wish. It is something you really work toward. A young person who wants to become a writer has an aspiration to write books. Someone training every day to run a marathon has an aspiration to finish the race. People say things like, "Her aspiration is to open her own business one day." Or a teacher might ask students, "What are your aspirations for the future?" It is a word that carries a lot of positive energy and personal drive. The last word is assault. Assault means a violent or aggressive attack on someone. It is a serious word and is used often in news, legal situations, and crime reports. If someone physically hurts another person, that is an assault. People might say, "She reported the assault to the police." Or on the news you might hear, "There was an assault near the train station last night." It is important to know this word because you will hear it in news reports and legal conversations. It is not a casual word. It always refers to something serious and harmful. All right, let us quickly go through all 7 words one more time. Arrangement means a careful plan or organized setup. Arrival is the moment someone or something reaches a place. Article is usually a piece of writing, like in a newspaper. Artifact is an old object that tells us about history. Aspect is one specific part of something larger. Aspiration is a strong personal dream or goal. An assault is a serious physical attack on someone. Great work today! Coming up next, we will look at each of these words again with pictures and example sentences to help you remember them even better. After that, we will listen to some real conversations where these words are used naturally. See you in the next segment.
Arrangement. She placed the flower arrangement on the table. Arrival. Everyone cheered at her arrival. Article. She wrote an article for the newspaper. Artifact. She found an ancient artifact in the ground. Aspect. She considered every aspect of the plan. Aspiration. Her aspiration is to become a doctor. Assault. She reported the assault to the police.
Did you see the article in the newspaper this morning?
Yes, I did. It was about the new museum, right?
That's right. They found an old artifact near the city. They think it is over 2,000 years old.
That is amazing. What kind of artifact was it?
It looked like a small clay pot. The article said people used it for cooking a long time ago.
I would love to see it in person. Is there an arrangement to display it at the museum?
Yes. The museum made a special arrangement with the government to show it to the public next month.
I read that the arrival of the artifact at the museum was delayed. Is that true?
It was delayed a little, yes. There were some problems with transportation, but the arrival is now confirmed for this Friday.
Good. I think every aspect of this discovery is fascinating. The history, the age, the condition of the pot.
I agree. Each aspect tells us something different about how people lived back then. It really makes you think.
Do you think this will inspire more young people to study history?
I hope so. I think finding something like this can spark a real aspiration in young students. Maybe some of them will want to become archaeologists.
That would be wonderful. I remember when I was young, visiting a museum gave me a huge aspiration to study art.
Exactly. Experiences like that really shape what you want to do with your life.
By the way, I also read another part of the article. It mentioned that someone tried to steal the artifact before it was moved.
Yes, I saw that too. There was an assault on one of the security guards at the storage facility.
That is terrible. Was the guard okay?
Fortunately, yes, the guard was not seriously hurt. But the assault was still a shock to everyone working there.
I cannot believe someone would do that. The artifact belongs to everyone. It is part of our shared history.
The police are investigating the assault now. They believe it was planned by a small group who wanted to sell the artifact privately.
I really hope they find those people. Things like this make it harder for museums to share history with the public.
I completely agree. On a more positive note, the museum director gave a speech about the discovery. She said this find changes our understanding of how people lived in this region.
Which aspect of the discovery did she find most surprising?
She said the most surprising aspect was how well preserved the pot was. After 2,000 years, it still had some markings on the outside.
That is incredible. I wonder what those markings mean.
Researchers are studying them now. There is a special arrangement between the museum and a university to analyze the markings together.
It sounds like a lot of careful planning went into all of this.
It really did. From the arrival of the excavation team to the final display, every step was organized very carefully.
I think I will go see it when it opens. Would you like to come?
Absolutely. Let us plan it properly so we do not miss anything.
Great. I have a real aspiration to learn more about ancient history. This feels like the perfect place to start.